What's going on, beautiful people? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, this whole Will Smith, Chris Rock fiasco has created a lot of interesting debates within the community. When I say the community, I mean the black community. It sparked a lot of interesting dialogue. Topics about what protecting a black woman actually looks like, right? And so amongst all these different conversations being had, I've seen a fraction or a segment of the black woman, a segment of black women basically saying that they don't want a relationship. They want a relationship just like that. Basically, if a man not gonna protect or defend her honor the way Will Smith just did, they don't want it, right? Their relationship is not worth having. Meaning that if a man disrespects you, they would expect the same type of reaction. They want somebody to smack somebody, you know what I'm saying, for disrespecting them, to defend them physically when somebody offends them, right? And I want to say this to those black women who said that. I understand you wanting a man who's going to take up for you, who's going to defend your honor, right? You want a man who's going to not let anybody talk to you crazy, and I totally get that. I understand that wholeheartedly. But I just want to give a warning. Women, you want a man who's actually going to be around to continue protecting you outside of that incident. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. The Oscars and what happened there is not a representation of actual real life. Not from the aspect of Will Smith, from the aspect of Chris Rock. Most men, if you slap another grown man, slap him like a pimp does a prostitute, slap him with an open hand like that, that brother's going to want to cause incredible bodily harm to you. Bodily harm where you may not be alive any longer. I'm going to speak from my experiences. In Chicago, Illinois, you smacking somebody like that, just out of the blue because he said something or a joke, smacking somebody, that brother might shoot you and kill you. And that's even outside of Chicago, Illinois, in any hood across America. Even outside of the hood, a man is a man going to feel disrespected, and he may respond completely different, way different than what Chris Rock did. A lot of men out here, some men living every day with nothing to lose. So they were already on edge anyway. The moment a man physically harms them for saying a joke or whatever, oh my God, they ready to take it to the next level in whatever way it could be. Either a brother may not be, even if a brother does not get killed in a situation like that, the brother may end up never being the same after that. Or even worse, that brother somebody might shoot out a gun, and maybe that brother that slapped him got a gun too, and he may end up killing that person, and then guess what? He in jail. So he definitely can't protect you then. So I want to say this to men, right? And women. Please, hold on, let me address the women first. As long as a man is not threatening your life, I don't think you should push your man to respond in a way with physical force. If he's not threatening your life, I don't think a man should be looked at as he should display physical force if his woman's life is not being threatened. Now, she being disrespected, you can say what you gonna say, you can say stuff, you can defend her honor and all of that, and if it come down to y'all scrapping, it's cool. But to just slap somebody for a joke, you know what I'm saying? If her life not being threatened, or he's not threatening her in any type of way, a joke is being said or whatever, fam, listen, you gotta tuck your pride. Your woman gotta tuck her pride too. You can't be slapping folks willy-nilly, because everybody ain't gonna respond like Chris Rock, and that's just a given fact of life. And I want to tell this to men. Don't let a woman's pride and ego force you into proving your manhood to her physically. Because unfortunately, in that situation, some brothers have found themselves dead in that situation. Where you want your woman is you want to prove your woman is looking at you because somebody said something to her, and she's looking at you to respond physically and violently because she wants you to prove your manhood to her. I've seen brothers, I've heard of stories, and I've seen it. I've heard of brothers doing that and it being costly for them to the extreme, to the highest degree. Sometimes it's worth it for your lady to tuck in her ego and for you to tuck in yours and say, you know what? We can exchange these words back and forth, but we're going to go on about our day. Somebody cracking a joke is not worth you slapping them and all of that, because I promise y'all, It's brothers that's been having a bad day all week or all year long and waiting for the moment to get set off and sparked off. You know what I'm saying? I remember I watched the movie, what is it, Unhinged, about a woman with it was like a road rage incident. The man had dealt with a cheating wife. He killed his wife and her lover. He was already pissed off anyway. So he was already looking for the next person to just take out his anger and aggression anyway. He had nothing to live for at that moment. He knew he knew he was going to jail. He didn't give a damn. Whoever said something wrong to him, he was ready to snap. He had a road rage incident and he was ready to just snap and take it all across, take it all the way overboard. That's a lot of people living like that on the edge. So you got to be very careful in this life. Me being a man where I grew up, I knew there would probably be instances or situations where it might come to something like that. Now, thankfully, I've never had them situations, but I knew. I'm a man in Chicago, Illinois. I smile a lot. I look like you can take all my money out of my pocket. I promise you can't though. But unless you got a gun or something. But I just look like I'm real. I got a friendly face, a warm face. I smile a lot or whatever. And I always liked pretty women my whole life. And in Chicago, a lot of men be jealous when you dating a pretty woman they can't get. So they try to do what we call hoe you in front of another woman to try to show her that you ain't no man or whatever. And I always thought about what if those situations were to happen to me? Now, if it's a one-on-one situation and the man say something get disrespectful, we can get down, we can thump. It's whatever, right? But there's other situations where you got dudes, and I ask women about this situation when I'm talking to them to see where their mind is, right? There could be a situation in Chicago or any other hood across America, not even just specific to Chicago. You walking with your lady, you got a pretty young lady walking with you, and some dudes see you, group of dudes, maybe five or six dudes see you walking by with you and with your pretty lady, right? They mad, they hating, they ain't got a girl like that. They start saying all type of disrespectful stuff. They say something to her in hopes to get you response so they can whoop you or do whatever, do way worse to you to show her that you ain't no dude and try to take cool points from you in front of this lady, right? And at that point, I asked a woman, what would you expect the man to do? If somebody say something to you, I'll say something back. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. What do you want him? Do you want him to get over there and try to show aggression to those men? Because unfortunately, it's 6 or 5-on-1. Your man might end up being killed. And just giving you the fact, he might, or even worse, put in a hospital, put in a coma. Ain't no telling. So I always ask a woman, what do you expect for your man to do? And every woman that I've known in life, especially I've been asking this question since I was like 16, have told me, every woman that I've dated for real has always told me, I would expect you to just keep it moving. Let's come on. We'll live. We want to live to fight another day. I want you to be around. It ain't worth it. You can't do nothing against no 5 or 6 dudes. And I say, you know what? That's the woman for me. Because she's not forcing me to prove my manhood to fight 5 or 6 men when she knows there is no way possible that I'm going to win, even though she may have been called something or somebody said something to her in a certain way or whatever, right? And being me, I'm going to say something back, but then you got to realize when you got to go and keep it moving and when you don't. Some people looking for one response just to set them off to do something to you. So sometimes I may assess the situation and feel like, hey, we just got to keep it moving. It has never happened to me before, but I asked a woman that to see what her response is. And I always went with the woman I've always basically, about the cough and stuff. I've always been, felt like the woman who said the opposite, who said, you know what? Or said what I just said, basically. No, we got to keep moving. We live to fight another day. That woman was always the woman for me because she cares about my well-being, my safety, my livelihood, so on and so forth. She loves me. Now, a woman who wants you to go ahead and fight these 5 or 6 dudes, who wants you to just get crazy and wild out and swing on one of them, swing on 2 of them and get your ass whooped and beat to sleep, she don't care about you. All she cares about is her ego and how her pride looks. She cares about, oh, I want you to defend me. I want you to show me you a man. When there is other ways to prove your manhood to a woman. Black men, there are other ways to prove your manhood to a woman than physical violence. You prove your manhood to a woman by being a provider. You know what I mean? You prove your manhood to a woman by being a great communicator. You prove your manhood to a woman by basically loving her. You know, so you prove your manhood to a woman by being a financially stable man, being a responsible man. You prove your manhood to a woman by, if something is going on with her life in danger, You coming and rescue her and aid her. You prove your manhood to a woman by being a man of your word, not by trying to fight 5 or 6 dudes when you know there's no way possible that you gonna win, and trying to fight all these dudes because somebody said a joke about her or something like that. Five or 6 dudes, and you end up some worse things, something bad or terrible happens to you. I've heard of these incidents occurring. Now, in my previous video, I just said that I don't believe that Will Smith should be treated like a villain. I don't think he should be villainized at all. I said I didn't believe that he should have slapped Chris Rock, though, right? But I'm not going to villainize him for that at all. But I want people to recognize that had that situation, like Will Smith would have smacked anybody at that point, because I just feel like he was just that mad and was just that fuming that Jada was upset. He would have smacked August Alsina ass. He would have smacked anybody, right? I just want people to recognize when women say, if my man ain't coming like that, I don't want him. You got to understand, every situation ain't going to play out like he did at the Oscars. Because there's people out here that don't give a damn where they at. They can be in Walmart, in the movie theater. They can be in goddamn church and will do something bad, awful to you and won't give a damn about it because you just humiliated him. So I want those women to recognize that shit ain't going to play out like you think it is a lot of times. Brothers out here will kill you for slapping them. And I know it's terrible and it's horrible, but it's brothers out here that's really, really living like that and living on edge like that, where they don't have a care in the world about anybody or any woman, any person, nobody. And in the stage, in the venue, is not going to be the Oscars. It's out in the street. So if you're expecting your man needs to come like that, you got to understand that it's a man that's going to come way harder than your man. It's going to come in a different type of energy that's going to respond with something way more violent than a slap. And it may result in him, unfortunately, horrifically, maybe losing his life, or him going to jail, or him being injured in a way where he can't come back from, or something crazy. Gotta be careful about those situations, man. Like, for real. I didn't see dudes get knocked out because they girl, I'm gonna get my dude on y'all. A dude come pull up, he fighting 5, 6 dudes getting whooped, getting floored, getting absolutely mauled. She ain't called a dude, she ain't called her boyfriend because the men were being disrespectful or whatever to her or something like that. They might have said a joke, she took it the wrong way. She started wilding out, calling the dudes out their name. They respond back with the same type of energy. She responding back, and now it's, I'm gonna call my dude. The dude gets called. He don't know what's going on. His girl just say she feel disrespected. Such the girl ain't tell her dude her part of the story or what part she played in it. She just telling the dude, these dudes disrespected me. Come down here. He come down here, walk into a trap. Walk into a situation where he can't walk into a situation where he's outnumbered, and something horrible happens to him. I want people to recognize, man, don't let a woman's ego and pride force you into proving your manhood physically. There are other ways to prove your manhood to a woman, to a black woman, black men. There are other ways to prove your manhood to a black woman outside of physical violence. I promise you. And if a woman is expecting you to go ahead and just slap everybody that call her, that say a joke to her, and she's expecting you to fight 5 or 6 dudes to defend her honor, she don't give a fuck about you. She don't care about you at all, man. I'm just being honest. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.